You had a brain injury. The doctors ran scans. They said everything looks fine, but something's wrong. You can't think like you used to. You're exhausted all the time. Your mood's all over the place. Today I'm going to explain what's actually happening and why nobody else can see it. Normal MRI. That's what they told you. So why can't you remember your own phone number anymore? Think of your brain like a big country with thousands of cities connected by roads. Some roads are highways, some are tiny country lanes. When you have a concussion or brain injury, a TBI, the damage isn't to the cities, it's to the roads. Millions of tiny microscopic connections get torn or broken. An MRI can see the cities, but it can't see the little roads. This is why you feel terrible, even though your doctor says everything looks normal. The damage is real, it's just too small to see on a scan. These broken micro-connections are why you can't think clearly, why words don't come, why everything feels harder than it should. So the damage is real, even if the scans can't see it. But here's what makes TBI even more frustrating. The damage doesn't just sit there, it keeps changing, which is why your recovery feels like a roller coaster. TBI should get better every day. Instead, you're fine Monday, can't function by Friday. Here's the reason. After a brain injury, there's a war happening inside your head. On one side, damage is still spreading through something called the neurodestructive sequence. Free radicals attack healthy brain. Toxic chemicals spill into the brain tissue. Inflammation makes it worse. On the other side, your brain is trying to repair itself. Some days repair wins, some days destruction wins. This tug-of-war explains why recovery zigzags. It's not in your head. It's not lack of effort. Your brain is literally fighting itself. Understanding this helps you stop blaming yourself and start supporting the repair side of the battle. Once you understand this battle, you can start tipping the scales toward repair. Now, this internal battle takes an enormous amount of energy. Your brain is working overtime just to keep up. And that brings us to one of the most common and least understood symptoms of TBI. TBI fatigue isn't just tiredness. It's your brain running on broken battery while fighting a war you can't see. Your brain runs on energy made by tiny power plants inside each cell called mitochondria. After a brain injury, these power plants get damaged. They can't produce enough energy. Meanwhile, your injured brain is working overtime, trying to repair itself, trying to reroute around broken connections, trying to do simple tasks the hard way. More work, less energy. Fatigue after TBI isn't about sleep or willpower. It's about broken cellular machinery. Your brain is like a phone with a damaged battery trying to run too many apps. Until those power plants heal, everything feels exhausting because everything is exhausting. Supporting your mitochondria isn't optional after brain injury. It's absolutely essential. And when your brain is running on empty, guess what suffers first? Your ability to regulate emotions, which explains something that catches almost every TBI patient off guard. Mood swings after brain injury. Why are you suddenly angry at people you love for reasons you can't explain? Brain injury damages the pathways that regulate emotions. One of these is the acetylcholine pathway from your basal forebrain up to your cortex. When this pathway is hurt, you lose the filter that normally buffers your emotions. There's also direct inflammation in your mood-regulating areas. Your personality hasn't changed, your brain's wiring has been disrupted. The explosive anger, the sudden sadness, the anxiety that comes from nowhere. These are symptoms of damaged brain connections, not character flaws. When we restore the chemistry, the mood often stabilizes. I've seen it happen in patient after patient. This isn't a character problem, it's a chemistry problem, and chemistry can be restored. So we have invisible damage, an ongoing destructive process, depleted energy, and disrupted mood regulation. You'd think modern medicine would have a comprehensive approach to all of this, but here's the uncomfortable truth. Brain injury treatment in 2026, rest and Tylenol. That's the same advice your great-grandmother would have gotten. Here's what's disturbing. If you cut your finger, we clean it, we bandage it, maybe give you antibiotics, we actively help it heal. If you injure your brain, we say rest and wait. Meanwhile, the destructive sequence, free radicals, excitotoxicity, inflammation, continues spreading damage for hours and days. We had the science to stop it. We just don't use it. Rest and aspirin was the same advice given in 1925. We've made almost no progress in treating brain injuries in 100 years. The difference between full recovery and years of brain fog often comes down to what happens in those first hours and days. There are interventions that can stop the damage cascade, and I detail them in my book, Fixing the Broken Brain. Now, if you're watching this months or even years after your injury, you might be thinking, it's too late for me. I understand why you'd feel that way, but I need to tell you about a patient named Robert. 6 years after brain injury, Robert's doctor said he was as good as he'd ever get. His brain had other plans. Robert suffered a traumatic brain injury from an assault, skull fracture, brain bleed. For 6 years, he lived in brain fog, lost his job, withdrew from life. He'd accepted this was permanent. We started him on a protocol addressing his brain chemistry. Within weeks, the fog began to lift. Within months, his brain scans showed new connections forming. Your brain has stem cells, even into your 90s. It has repair mechanisms waiting to be activated. The problem isn't that healing is impossible. The problem is that most people never get the chemistry their brains need to do the job. It's not too late. Your brain is still waiting for the right support. TBI is invisible on scans, but devastating in daily life. Your fatigue is real. Your mood changes are real. Your cognitive struggles are real. They have biological causes and biological solutions. The brain wants to heal. We just need to stop the damage, restore the chemistry, and give it the tools to rebuild. I've worked with brain injury patients for almost 4 decades. The ones who felt abandoned by medicine. The ones who were told nothing could be done. The ones who started to believe that the fog, the fatigue, the emotional chaos, that was just their life now. It doesn't have to be. Your brain has remarkable repair mechanisms. They're waiting to be activated. The science exists. We just need to use it. If this has helped you understand what's happening in your brain, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more on brain repair, neuroprotection, and what's actually possible. Your brain isn't broken beyond repair. It just needs the right support.